Okay, this is a very quick little tutorial to maybe give you a suggestion of an approach you can take to organizing our virtual parents' evening. So obviously we need to create a Google Meet for each of our appointments, and we're going to want to on the evening be able to very quickly access them. So in order to be reasonably organized about this, what I've done is taken a copy of the appointment form, and I've added an additional column, as you can see here. And what I've then done is, just for organizational purposes, I've actually changed the font size on them down to 5. So when I paste these Google Meet links in, which is what I'll be showing you how to do that, you can easily see them and just click onto them and enter your meetings with the student. So what our aim to do, what the aim of the evening will be, obviously, is to see your appointment and quickly jump into each meeting and then out of it and into another meeting. So let's just say how to create this template that I've just shown. You can see I've got lots of Google Meets already set up. I want to create a Google Meet for 8:50 to 8:55. So the first step is I need to go into RM Unify and open up my Google Calendar. And you'll see I've got all my appointments already set up all the way up to 8:45. Now I want to create one for 8:50 to 8:55. So I click anywhere that's not blue, which will open automatically up this little title here. And I want to change the time. So I'm going for 8:50 to 8:55. So I'm just going to delete the 9 and bring in 50. So there's 8:50, and I want that appointment to end at 8:55. There we are. So I've set the times up. The other critical thing to do is to make sure you add a meeting conference link to that. Final step, because I want to create a link that I can easily click on to go to my meeting on the day. I'm going to click on the down arrow here, and that's going to bring up this. It's going to show me the meeting ID. I'm going to right click on that to bring up my link address, and then I'm just going to save it. Okay. And you'll see now I've got a meeting there at 8:55. I'm going to go back to my appointment sheet. I'm now going to paste in here, and remember I changed that to font size 5. So when I paste it, it appears small. I don't want to see the link filling up the whole space. It's black at the moment. If I hit the spacebar once, it'll turn blue. Now what I've done is I've created a link to that meet. Okay, and I'm all set up with Google Meets already in my calendar for all those time slots. The one thing I'm now missing is the actual invitation I need to send to the people. So once I fill up my time slots with people's names, I now want to make sure that each of these meets has one going to the child. So I've got Stuart here, for example, at 7 o'clock. So I jump back into my calendar. I go to the 7 o'clock appointment. Make sure I'm on the right one. There we are. Click on it, and it brings up the one I set up earlier. This time I'm going to hit the little pencil button, which will allow me to edit the event. And this time I'm going to add the guest, who is going to be Stuart. And I don't know if we have a Stuart. Well, we do. We have a teacher. But I could add anybody I want to that. Once I've added that guest and selected it from the drop-down box, I would then save that. And what that would automatically do is send out an invitation to the student for that Google Meet. Okay. So haven't invited that one. And I would just work my way through each of these, clicking on it, selecting the little edit event button, the small pencil, and adding my student, my guest for that time. And what that will allow you to do on the day is have this set up for you to see. You can reduce it in size and have it on part of your screen, for example, and just navigate your way through clicking into each one. So I can show you what that looks like. So you click on the meet, and in this case, I would have invited Stuart to this meet, and just takes a few seconds to open up, or many seconds. What this kind of does illustrate is I suppose the importance of meetings lasting probably no more than 4 minutes, because you have to exit the meeting and you have to then load up the next meeting in preparation for that meet. And as you can see, it's taken a bit of time. And if I join this meeting, there would be no one in it because I haven't actually invited anybody. But assuming I've added my guest, I can join that meeting and then at the end close it. Now, just before I go, what you can do the next time we have a parents' evening is go into all of these meetings, and rather than have to recreate them all, you can just very quickly edit, let's say the 7 o'clock one. Now, we've got a 50th parents' evening coming up down the road. So what you do is you just change the date and you remove the guest. Well, you don't have to actually remove the guest, but there will be a guest in there from the previous time meeting, and you don't want them to be re-invited to the new meeting. So you remove the guest that you invited last time, and then you're set up for your next set of Google Meets. Now, you would have to do that manually, unfortunately, for all the calendars. And hopefully this will be helpful. And as we move forward, we might find more shortcuts or more top tips on how to set ourselves up for our virtual parents' evening. I hope this helped.